Hello everyone, welcome back to MGS2 Very Easy League Week 3. You're here with Apache Smash and DLimes13. How's everyone doing, Limes?
I like to say decent.
Decent. Hell yeah. Next race is Makarov360 versus JosephJoestar316, and I'll take us over to them now, hopefully. And hopefully I don't break anything. That's good, I didn't break anything. Woo!
Yep, well, looks like we have good audio here from what I can tell, so we'll get this race underway.
Yeah, just kind of.
And away they go.
So, Joseph Joestar 316 is pretty hot right now, right? He's coming to the league as he always comes into any event, and he practices and he plays well. He had an exceptional race last week. His first race was good too. He's a hell of a runner. Makarov360, relatively new to the game, I'd say. I'd say he's probably like the second newest player in the league, and he's already doing some pretty wild stuff, like M9 Fat Man. So I'm looking forward to how he does.
Yeah, Makarov can definitely hold his own despite him being new to the scene. He can do some of the advanced strats for sure, Harrier, Fat Man as mentioned. But Joe, 2 races, 2-0, 2 103s. He PB'd in his last race by a lot. He definitely plays well under this type of pressure. So I think you're going to see a possible statement from Joe today. Maybe another PB, who knows? But Makarov is not going to go quietly. So this should be a very exciting race. All right, looks like a right side Olga for Joe and for Makarov as well. This is ideally what you want on very easy. It is very easy to deal with. The RNG is minimal. You don't have any of the left side shenanigans.
The unit is my life.
It's like Joe missing a shot there, unfortunately.
We've shared everything.
Makarov gets the best RNG where she goes forward to the box to end the fight. Very, very clean from Makarov. Has a slight lead.
Who knows what could happen?
You just don't know. All right, let's see if either one of them get the Dave Wildstar Dav drop. Makarov does not. Joe does. Another Dav drop. Let's go.
We're
Get
seeing
that
them more and
animation
more, right?
cancel.
Like we're
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
them more and more.
Yeah, they are starting to become borderline commonplace.
That's
But yeah,
the
good start for sure.
both of them have got pretty solid tankers, to my knowledge. I know Makarov's played with the IL quite a lot. Joe's obviously done hundreds and hundreds of tankers as well.
SS Papega, as some would call it. Joe basically lives in tanker, especially on the higher difficulties. But engine room coming up. I think we'll see the swag strat from both people, where you'll shoot a guard's radio, and then you'll eventually get a caution at the end of the room to avoid a cutscene at said end of room. Joe with a little bit of a cleaner time getting onto the rail. Doesn't matter if you shoot the guard or shoot the radio with the USP or the M9, because every other guard is deaf. They're not going to hear it.
I do see Joe. He'll have like a minor mistake in his swag engine room. I honestly feel like the traditional method would probably be faster than the way he does it with the additional mistake. There's always like an extra bit of movement in there, or like as we saw there, he put his gun to the wrong place. That was so diced.
Those are scary sensors for both. I didn't like either one of those.
Yeah, they kind of just swung their aim into the sensor, which is so dangerous. But pretty even.
Deck 2, you're going to see two different strats here. Makarov is going to go with the... He shot the M9 early, nearly got an early alert. Joe going with a USP strat where you USP the guard and then trank him. It makes the guard at the end here get into position just a little bit earlier, just about guaranteeing you don't get the alert. And Joe misses the USP ammo. Is
Yeah,
he
you
going to
can
get the
get
backup?
I hope he knows about the backup ammo.
Very good.
Uh,
Biz sketchy pickup, but
Good knowledge
okay.
of the game, though.
Guard rush. All right, Makarov, 1, Tranks the 2nd, doesn't get the guard in the back, Tranks the 3rd. A lot of Trank shots here, which is slower.
And we really saw the difference. If you want to see the
Mhm.
difference between M9 and lethal strategy, it's huge. It really is
Yeah,
huge.
that literally flipped the lead. Joe now has a small lead just because of that. It was probably about a 5-second gap.
Joe has
The holds,
historically struggled with ladder glitch, right?
yeah, the holds have not been kind, as you've seen in the first race. What kind of... Are we going to have shenanigans here? Joe plays it safe, Tranks the guard. Makarov just goes around the guard. So two pretty safe strats for both people. Out of hold 1, no problem, but hold 2. Hold 2.
I mean, not getting caught in hold 1 is infinitely faster than any strategy you can come up with for it, to be honest.
Joe!
Oh my god.
God.
That was terrifying.
Makarov, no problem. Joe lined himself up, which if you line yourself up, it's slower than just doing the hold up strat, but whatever. Clean, exceptional, whatever.
When you when you race MGS2 VE, the whole time you're in holds, you're just thinking, please let me leave. Please let me leave without I continue. It's a scary place.
Very, very close tankers pending photos. Joe gets his photo successfully. Makarov gets his 2-spot photo successfully. And they're both
I,
out of tanker just a couple seconds apart.
I always think people's 2-spot looks sketch. I always think they're not going to get the exception of the pictures. And it's literally just because I don't do it. Like it always looks so sketch. It is really easy to mess up though. I've seen people mess it up many times in races. I gotta give credit to Makarov. He is gonna become a swaggy player if he keeps learning and picking up strats the way he does. He seems to pretty much only go for cool stuff.
A little unfortunate with that cartwheel there.
Yeah, you never want to do 2 in that room. There isn't, it's only the huge straights where you do more than 1 cartwheel.
Both of them are arriving at their nerds. I mean nodes.
I mean, nerds.
I mean button that I can't press on this channel, but I digress.
It would be like true Joe fashion to lose this race, I feel.
Harsh?
It would be though, like that'd be the kind of thing that he does. Like he's done exceptional so far though in this league, probably better than people would thought he would do. He's had 2 challenging races. I don't think he's had the hardest week, but he's certainly not had an easy one. And
I love
he's
this
really
little thing he
looks
does
so
here.
goofy.
It's so creepy. Just weird. Just dancing. Makarov goes back and gets the M9 just for the memes and the lulz, but not really, because you're probably going to see M9 Fat Man out of him, and those extra bullets can be helpful.
Yeah, you can almost argue that it's appropriate for M9 Fat Man, right? Like,
Mhm.
gives you some leeway. But it's pretty much just a meme.
Oh,
Yeah,
Makarov
good decision.
aborted. Yep, very good.
Just the third time we've seen that in League now, right?
Mhm.
I did it in my first week. Tyler did it yesterday, and now Makarov. Like, it's so much better than going into prone and then having to stand up or rearrange or move in prone, which is really slow.
But yeah, not a whole lot happening here until we get to bomb disposal. Still pretty close early on. This is what we like to see in league play. But yeah, I mean, both of them have the skill, both of them have the talent. I mean, anything can happen. I think just for Makarov, it's just the experience. It just lacks the experience.
Yeah, he has. He has nerves, like race nerves.
Mhm.
If you just race people all the time, it gets easier. As you know, as someone who had a lot of pretty high race anxiety when I started playing. Just playing people, and I mean, in this community, in this game, MGS2 very easy. There are a lot of people who will race you. You know, just not on a channel or anything, just friendlies. I mean, you could pretty much get a game any day of the week for this category. I feel.
Another unfortunate cartwheel there. You got to really be mindful of those cartwheels or aerials. Sorry.
They are aerials, cartwheels. Use your hands for cartwheels.
I do not care. Anyway, we're coming up to the Stillman cutscene for Joe. We are going to be skipping this cutscene on New Game Plus, Plus, or Plus. I don't know why I said that in that order. If we were playing on New Game, it's about 69 minutes long. And Joe wisely ended on the USP coming out of Tanker. That way you can quick equip to the M9 during the start of the plant section.
Am I crazy, or did in his last couple of races did Joe pick up the chaff grenades on the BC bridge and then he didn't in this run? He's been picking them up there, right?
He has.
And he
You
didn't
won
today, so
you
he's going with that.
wonder. You
Yeah.
wonder.
Has he learned
He's
chaffless?
he's evolving. What are we gonna see from Joe? He's got something we don't know about. Like we're gonna see the first zero cycle swim glitch, I bet you.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like he's been going pretty wild on that swim glitch, and he's starting to play like Tino-esque, where he just goes for the swim glitch no matter what. Tino's swim glitch was so good in the last game, right?
Yeah, it was a very clean 2-cycle swim glitch.
Swim glitch apocalypse. I keep warning everyone, it's coming.
All right, coming up to the roof here for both competitors. Cute little roof, tricky little roof. Trying to go cartwheel prone. You don't want to be too far away from the bomb. And then you want to do one cartwheel down the set of stairs, because if you do 2 cartwheels, you might as well reset.
It's actually against the league rules.
Yes.
I can't recall seeing anyone do 2 yet. So I guess to show you.
1 from Joe. Very good. Will Makarov be disqualified with 2? No, the race continues.
He's safe, he's okay.
Yep. Very good.
The heliport, is it? It's changing all the time. I mean, recently that cartwheel up the stairs was found. Those cartwheels up staircases are becoming more and more commonplace in races now. I thought Makarov might do it. I think he would normally, but maybe just race nerves. He doesn't want to get knocked over.
Yep. Joe playing it safe, just going around the pillar. Makarov, same thing. Oh, and he gets
So
bounced.
unfortunate.
Oh, man.
He does
That's
get
an
a little bit.
example. Oh, man.
He does
That's an
get a little
example
bit of
of trying
that
to
time
play
back.
too safe. Ugh.
It is bad. Once you have a bit of dodgy movement around claymores, you're in trouble. But he's
At the end
doing
of the
well.
world.
I feel like he's staying in this race really well against Joe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, this is nothing. This margin is nothing. Yeah, about a little less than a room apart right now. This is nothing. the lead could flip on strut A. We've seen people screw up strut A, so clean FA bridge for Makarov. Can be a little tricky bridge with that attack team guard.
You're not kidding about screwing up strut A. It's so easily done. When you're going for like pure time, you're going for the absolute fastest time in a room. Strut A is one of the harder ones in the run, I feel.
Two fairly clean ones for sure.
I love that this
What?
is becoming standard now.
Oh, with the bump?
Yeah.
Well, okay, here are my feelings on the bump. You should never have to do the bump if you're or if you're fast. Like, I don't like the bump because I never have to be in that position.
I don't know. I like it.
But yeah, this is good stuff so far. Makarov definitely holding his own. Yeah, I'm too fast for your pleb strats. Like, come on.
Joe has really come into his own as a VE runner. Like he's more like a European extreme player, but he's just like, you know, hey, what are you doing over there? That looks fun, and got involved. And
Oh, there he gets it now. He's just alternated. He just got the
that's
caffeinates there. So menuing, maybe menuing purposes, that would be smarter.
yeah, because then you don't have the menu to the cool, and yeah, that's
Correct.
clever.
Yeah.
That's clever.
If you're
I mean,
gonna pick them up, you're better off picking up late. Yeah.
It's better than what I did, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I should just learn Chaffless. Chaffless is the future. Like
Chaffless is free. Like even the guard you have to trank. Ooh, bad cartwheel. You can do it in third person. You don't even have to do it in first person.
that makes it seem better.
Well, Makarov get the cartwheel. Nope, he doesn't even. I like that animation. Still close. I mean, a bad fortune. I mean, Fat Man, if Makarov executes, I mean, it's still very close. It's literally one room apart.
I really think Macro is playing so well, and I know he's nervous about competing, but he really is holding his own.
For sure.
What's the difference in PB? It's got to be like at least 2 minutes, right? And he's not playing like there's 2 minutes between them.
Joe has a 103.23. Makarov has a 106.18. Nearly 3 minutes.
Yeah, so like I think he's playing really well.
Yes. We really haven't seen major mistakes out of either one. A couple bad cartwheels here and there, but nothing that's lost like 25 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty clean run so far.
Yep. Yeah, if Makarov keeps this up, he will have a PB. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, from knowing him, I know he'll reset for anything. So it makes sense that his earlier parts of the game will be way stronger, because that happens naturally. When you reset too often, you become very good at the early portion of the game. But that's the thing. I mean, all new runners do that, right? Like I was the same when I started running this game. I used to reset half deck. Like I was terrible for it.
Well,
So
I mean, if you get kicked on there, then you really should.
No, I would reset if I didn't get a sub 16. I wish I was joking.
All right, fortune, like we've mentioned a couple times, punch buffer at the start. Very important that you don't do any additional movement except for the punches. So Joe gets his off pretty cleanly. Makarov's looked good so far.
The setup means that she'll destroy the forklift, and after knocking you down, she'll destroy the lights. All of that's important for a fast time. if you move too far to the right, when she shoots the top off the forklift, it'll knock you over and it messes up the loop. The loop? It's not a loop. It's a manipulation.
It's a thing. But we'll see what the spread is after the 14 fights are over with.
I think Joe's a player who likes to have fun with it, likes to do silly things with Raiden. But he used to do in the past silly things that would cost a lot of time. And over time, he's been slowly building up a repertoire of fun things he can do that doesn't lose time. So he used to get the D-mic out on the oil vents and stuff, which loses tons of time. But he's found a balance between taking it seriously and still being able to show his character through his run and have fun with it. I think that's really cool.
Nice damage cancel, even though he didn't need the chaff grenades.
It's always nice when you get it anyway. It means your movement's correct.
So the gap is about 15 seconds right now. Anything can happen. Oh, he got lucky. Makarov.
I like it. I like that pickup.
I do not like that pickup at all.
Anything where you don't get blown up is good.
True. Oh, a little bit of menuing kerfuffle there, but we have an M9 out for Makarov, which means he's probably going to go for M9 Fat Man. Joe has it out just because I don't think he quite knows that he doesn't have to menu to that.
No, who discovered that, by the way?
I think it was BMN.
Yeah, I think it could be. Could
Yeah.
be. They vote. Oh, he went for the claymore.
Oh,
but
he went for it.
blown it up.
Memory. Oh, man.
No.
Nothing there. Oh,
just
the
looked like
Phantom Claymore.
Have you ever seen the way BMN does the pickup? Like he menus the coolant as he's cartwheeling, so he lands prone with it like already out. It's really, really cool. But when you do it like that, it looks like Raiden's doing a press up. The way you hit the ground, stand back up again, it looks like you're doing a press up.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Fat Man for Mr. Joe gets a fast bomb at the start. 3 shots, knocks the dude down. Missing shots. It's not gonna matter really. A little bit of a rough fight.
It's a good job he had like the best RNG because that could have been bad.
Yeah.
And fast bombs everywhere. So Makarov could get some time back here.
Oh, he screwed it up.
Oh no!
Oh, he didn't. No, he got it. I thought he did. I thought he missed a shot, but yeah, he's gonna gain a little bit of time. No fast bomb there, but still a very good M9 Fat Man.
That's very clean. You want to take a step forward before you defuse. Like you get a slow bomb. If you don't take a step forward before you pick Fat Man up, you don't get the fast bomb. So it's worth doing that. But yeah,
so close.
nice, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he got them much harder. Like when you knock Fat Man down, and he's, I guess, upside down. Like he can fall 2 ways, and the position that he fell
on his back, yeah.
Yeah, and the position he fell for Makarov is much harder to execute the non-lethal strat. And I'm probably not giving this enough credit. It is genuinely very hard to do, but it comes out, more often as fast as the fastest SOCOM strat, maybe a little bit faster in most cases.
Joe, God, I
hate it. I hate it so much.
I had to comment on it. Like the zigzag movement, like that is utter trash. Like, just don't do that. Do what Makarov is gonna do. Hold down left. Super simple, right? You don't need to get fancy. There's no reason to get fancy. Don't do that.
It's genuinely one of the worst places in the whole run to get an alert, because you're almost certainly getting a continue or you're losing a ton of time, to shoot out all the ciphers. You have to shoot out 3 ciphers. I saw Joe menu his claymore there. That was a nice menu.
Bad cartwheel by Makarov gets falls.
But he's still absolutely in this. Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
There's just Oh, that was
He almost went to the
so
wrong floor.
good.
Did a lot of punch buffers. So, care to explain this one?
Yeah, you blow up a claymore inside the elevator, which means the elevator door doesn't close. It was a strat found by Stealth Edge, I think, for a VR mission, I want to say, something like that. So it was then put on the back burner for a long time. No one really talked about it until recently. I'm not sure if you was experimenting with it. I'm gonna
Platonic.
guess. Yeah, I was gonna guess Platonic, and found that this strat to do inside of B2, if you blow up the claymore, um, run through the room with the alert, and then go back to the door, because the alert keeps the elevator door open, but it also skips the two little mini cutscenes with the guard.
Nice
Um,
fast elevator by Makarov.
the only way to do that room faster is to get a fast elevator, which obviously is RNG and you can't rely on it. So super cool strat, very new, and already a lot of people are doing it. That knock looks
Oh,
and
so slow. It was so slow. That way, now the guard is going to come really, really slow. But, oh, and he's in a bad position. Oh, this is a lot of time loss for Makarov. But Joe got the worst possible aims northwest.
yeah, Makarov could catch him here.
Yeah, Makarov gets God aims. None of this matters. Mm,
Not today.
no,
Not today.
not today.
We've seen some trashy Ameses so far, right?
Worst possible yet again.
We've had four worst possible aims, right?
Yeah, 4 for 4. Yep. Which means I'm getting God aims. Let's go.
That's what you about to say. That means you're getting bad aims.
I have an unknown target.
No. But Harrier coming up can be a separator for most, like we've seen.
I think Mac does 4+1, right?
I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Joe does 5+1. I'm not sure what Makarov does. He's capable of doing any of them, even the 2+420 stuff.
Does anyone know why Joe just picked up the AK ammo?
No. European Extreme thing? I don't know.
Science cannot explain why Joe just picked up that AK ammo.
Joe almost went the wrong way, like to strut F bomb.
That
was Monk S.
that was looking pretty Mac McD right there.
Oh my goodness. I wasn't gonna say that, but come on.
I feel like I've ribbed everyone's mistakes in VU League fairly so far.
I mean, I called a couple people out on my previous broadcast, so I mean, we're all guilty.
I can't say anything. I've lost multiple PB runs to going the wrong way.
Well, you've also lost world records to killing the president, so I mean.
I've heard you mention it every time. I've been listening to you.
Oh yeah. Well, gotta make sure that you don't forget it. But anyway, coming up to Harrier for both competitors. Joe's going to get there a little bit sooner. Sensors can be a little scary. I've seen many bridges being blown up. So we'll see if these guys can prevent that.
I mean, I'm sure people may have their own picks, but I think this section of the game is the hardest. You have the sensors into Harrier, into Leap of Faith, and all of it is going to lose you a tremendous amount of time if you mess it up. I hate Joe's reverse sensor order. Like, the Cypher's the one that's going to catch you out. Oh, that looks so sus.
It was actually not bad. It's not bad. I would never do it, but that wasn't bad.
I thought he was about to throw his aim into the Cypher.
All right, Harrier for Joe. 1, 2, a 3, 4. He hits the building. It's only a 4 shot. And should get the +1 here. Makarov doing his sensors. He gets +1, so gonna be some time loss. Looks like both die shots. Yep. 2 more shots should end the fight for Joe, but losing about 13 to 15 seconds over an ideal fight. Let's see what Makarov can do. And he is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going for 5+1. He's going for
Let's
all.
do it,
He's got
Makarov. Let's
high
do it.
damage. Oh, that +1's looking good. Golden opportunity for Mac. One die shot. Perfect fight from Makarov. That is a 15-second time saver at a minimum over Joe.
That's a big deal.
We have a
for Makarov.
race.
He really has played so well. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Makarov, please. Like, don't do that. Oh my god.
He's staying in there. He's hanging on. He's hanging on to Joe.
Oh.
The enemy requesting backup.
Nearly fell off there. Oh. I've just lost words, so I'm just gonna make noises now. So oh my god.
We'll just communicate through a series of sounds from this point onwards.
This is very easy league in a nutshell, all right? If you like races and you like heart attacks, tune in for the next 7 weeks. Oh,
I mean, we've said for a long time that this is just such an exceptional game for racing, and it's just for things like this. It's the very low variance between players that make it so interesting.
and I'll be perfectly honest. On paper, this is not supposed to be this close, but it
No.
just goes to show anything can happen.
I can tell you now that Joe's going to do swim glitch, and
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think Makarov has pushed him to the point where he has to. I mean, he doesn't.
Oh no,
fully-
Makarov! Oh no!
Forget everything
Never
I just
mind.
said.
Never mind.
That's one of the more costly continues in the whole run because it puts you right back to the start of the KL.
Man.
And you obviously have the hang, which-
Apologies for the screaming, but like, man. He almost did it again.
I know that was so close. Like, you don't want to be south in that on that bridge. It's dangerous. The game kind of pushes you along, but where the fence is broken, it pushes you along awkwardly.
You don't want to
So-
hug the wall unless you're going for chaffless, but even then, you don't start to hug the wall until you're clear. So, man, that's
It's a real shame. It really is. I mean, he
it
has
really
chances
is.
to catch back up, but he was really just like, he was right behind Joe. Makarov was right behind Joe.
Oh man. Well, Apache was starting to say we've seen Joe do swim glitch, but we've seen Joe really, really screw up swim glitch. This isn't over.
I think the swim glitch meta is now you try it twice, and if you don't get it, you just move, like you just swim normally.
The problem
Like-
is Joe is very persistent, and Makarov has Nikita trouble. All right, not a bad recovery, but Joe is very persistent when it comes to swim glitch. He will go forever. He will not retreat and just do the swim. Once he commits, he's all in.
Could be his downfall.
It could. He's lost races before because of that. But he's also had 2 1 cycles so far. It's like, I mean, he just doesn't care.
I took these photos.
Yeah, he's getting to the point where like you can just guarantee he's gonna do it, and you know he'll forget where to go in the water after a certain amount of time of doing it that much.
All right. Makarov clean with his panel. We're going to focus on Joe and see what happens. I am holding my breath.
Thanks for giving us a really exciting race as always, boys. This has been exceptional.
Every time I see Joe do this, I hold my breath because of the large variance he has with swim glitch. 1 cycle master. I've seen 1 cycle from him many times. I've seen him lose 2 minutes here before. Here we go. Yep, he's doing it. No
Oh, he's
shocker
doing it.
here.
I'm certain he was doing it.
Okay, 1 cycle.
Get
2
him.
cycle. 2 cycle swim glitch.
Wow,
Very,
so
very
clean.
nice. Very nice swim glitch. As long as he surfaces at the right spot, and he does. So, tall order for Makarov at this point. Pending vamp.
He's gonna do his MGS3 vamp.
Yeah, he kind of slowed down his shots at the end, though. I was worried he was going to slow down too much. But clean. Makarov is now in a little bit of trouble.
It'd blow my mind if Makarov did swim glitch right now. I don't think he will, but it would
I,
really
I
blow my
will I
mind.
will go off. I will literally go off if this happens. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Whatever. I'm done.
I think Joe is looking pretty dangerous in this portion of the game now with this excellent, consistent 2 cycle swim glitch. 2 cycle is fast, he's saving like 12 seconds. It's a big deal.
Swim glitch can win you races easily. Like he's getting good. He's getting scary good at swim glitch. And I'll tell you what, I did not have him starting 3-0. I thought this would be his first win in my predictions, but he's showing the world that he is here to play and he wants to win this thing.
Yeah, he'll always. I feel like he'll always perform to a high standard. He may not be the best player in because he'll race in any of the games he'll play, but he'll always perform to a high standard, and he'll always practice and put a lot of effort in, and it's being really rewarded in this category and in this league.
Yeah, that's the thing. The effort, the passion that he has for not this game, but he runs many Metal Gear games. 1, 2, 3, 4, Ground Zeroes, Twin Snakes. Like he loves them all. He loves running them. He'll do a race with those runs anytime from anybody. He just doesn't care. Definitely one of the more passionate members of our community. One of the pillars he's starting to become of our community. And it's always just a joy to be around him and just watch him play and perform.
He is straight up one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your whole life as well. Like,
Oh yeah, yep.
check his Twitch out at the same name if you don't follow it already. He streams almost every day.
But yeah, on to the slower part of the game with little pesky Emma escorting her out. Of course, not really much opportunity for gaining time or losing time necessarily here. So we'll probably see the lead kind of stay the same for at least a little while, but Makarov's going to need a lot.
Yeah, I genuinely feel like your positions are frozen at this point of the run. For a little bit. Both of these players are. Oh, that looks so sus. I hate the way we put her in the elevator and then just hit the door. Like, but yeah,
Use the camera changes, it's safe.
it doesn't feel safe. I don't
It
feel
doesn't,
safe.
it doesn't, but it's true. Very important that your movement is somewhat decent there. That way you don't get spotted by that guard.
Yeah, this is a tricky room when you're learning the game. It's not actually as tight as it all feels when you first pick it up.
No, not at all. But if you have dead zones, then you're going to be doing some wacky movement to get through that guard. Speaking of wacky movement, not sure what that was from Joe.
Yeah, I didn't think that looked good. That looked unsafe.
Good Emma bump.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
not gonna be able
Makarov
to,
had
he's
a...
gonna have to choke, hasn't he? He's gonna have to choke or she'll
Yep.
break free.
Yep, and he didn't realize that, so minor time loss for Makarov. One thing we haven't mentioned tonight is it's very important, even if you're out of a race, that you play well because all the times will be added up at the end of league, and it'll be very important for any potential tiebreakers. Your Makarov's just not fooling around, just playing it safe, just doesn't even want to screw with the guard.
I would have
Uh,
recommended using the AK there because the other guards can't hear it, but that's fine
but
too. Just choking's a little bit slow.
But anyway, the times will be added up, and the best times, cumulative, could potentially break ties for positioning and playoff position. So, very important that you do play at your best and at your maximum effort at all times.
Yeah, I mean, when we were discussing the format for the league and stuff, we really liked having something in there that would encourage people to always play their best and never kind of like decide they can fool around in any race or get the DMAC out and stuff, or just exit the game. Oh, you got if you go for that Emma bump too, you have to bump from her left shoulder. Going from the right puts her in a really awkward spot. Solid Tony in the chat. I think Matt can bring this back. It would require Joe to make mistakes at this point. Makarov could play the best he's ever played, and if Joe just plays standard, Joe will finish ahead. But we do have multiple back-to-back dangerous sections in the end of the game where you can lose a lot of time. So everything after oil fence, like strut E to the Arsenal elevator. If you get a continue there, like if you fall off the bridge, which can happen, you go all the way back to the start of it, so you lose 30 seconds plus. Jejunum, you can lose 30 seconds in. Tengu 1, you can lose time for obtaining Mr. Glitch. Tengu 2 has huge variance. You know, it's possible, but it requires mistakes from Joe at this point. And Joe's probably pretty clean. I mean, he missed the +1 shot of Harrier. No, he missed the 5th shot, right? So, like, that's outside of that, he's just played exceptionally well. So it would be really, really difficult. But credit to both players. Makarov is playing, ahead of what his PB is. He's playing much better than the player he is on paper, if that makes sense. It's really good to see because I know he was nervous coming into this, that he's doing so well. And I think, he's going to improve his time very soon. We'll see some faster runs out of Mac. So while we're at the oil fence section, I think I'll just mention this is the MGS2 VE League. We're currently in week 3 of 11 weeks of a round robin style league tournament with 11 players. We'll be going all the way until the end of the year. And I'll give you the schedule there. Every Thursday, starting at around 6 PM EST, we'll be showing league games from the week. We'll normally show 3 games, sometimes more, sometimes only as many as 2, depending on people's schedules. There's also races that will go on inside the MGSR Discord. And you can see on the schedule as well when those matches will be happening in Discord. You're more than welcome to join the channels while the races are ongoing and watch them. And we're every Thursday. Obviously not Thanksgiving, so we'll miss that week. We'll take a little break for Christmas. Once the league is completed, the top 8 players will go into a playoff as well. League championship.
Players will receive some prizes depending on if they win the league, have the best time. The link that Apache provided with the rules and general info, you can view that there to see the list of prizes for each competitor. Everybody's favorite section, oil fence, sniping, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful sunset. Of course, Joe's shenanigans, nothing new. But just sit back, relax, and we'll be at the end game here soon enough.
If you have any comments or thoughts about the league or the streams or anything like that, you can always message me or DLimes13 on the Discord. If you just look on the MGSR channel, we're somewhere around the top.
Look what Joe is doing. The infamous D-Mike.
Deserves to lose pulling that out, right? Like, if you start pulling that out, he deserves to lose.
Like he
in
knows
my opinion.
he's in front. He knows he has a lead, so
Just a little more.
At least he isn't doing the additional cutscene.
no.
Not at all.
All right, Vamp 2. That's the fight. Safe, zoomed in, went for the leg. Consistent. Not the fastest, not the slowest. Another time section here, which if you get to continue, you're going right back to the beginning of the time section. And Joe has plenty of AK ammo, so it really shouldn't be a problem for this section, one would think. Oh, Joe nearly gets an alert. Wow. Okay, a little monka right there.
I mean, if he wants to
If he wants to make the race interesting, by all means, but like, come on.
go ahead, make my day.
All right, Joe is safely into Arsenal gear. Makarov coming up on the final stretch of oil fence. He'll do his Vamp 2 fight in his time section as well.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jack the Ripper? You know this fellow? You remember me, don't you? You've grown. High concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory?
Yeah, I'll respond to this personally that since we have like a minute. The problem with MGS3 very easy is that auto scroller, which is bite chase. You're literally just looking up or down the entire time and not doing anything. From a race standpoint, it's just not exciting. At least with oil fence here, you're actually doing stuff. So it's
The
not
other
quite an auto scroller.
The other thing is, even if every single player on the board competed in it, right, which would be unlikely to happen anyway,
Yep.
the variance is absolutely huge, and MGS3 has one of the biggest problems with differences in hardware. Like, MGS3 is a nightmare from a hardware standpoint. It's very difficult to make a fair MGS3 race.
Yeah, I mean, for
So
right
yeah,
now, we're experimenting with this league, and then we'll see how it goes. I think it's been a success so far, but you really got to have a popular category in game for it to work right. So yeah, like Roy, like Platonic says, MGS1 would be more likely, but even that has its issues. But anyway, back to the action. We can talk about this all day long, but
I'll talk about it during the credit section a little bit.
yep. You got to say you're blue. Like I thought Roy was blue as well. That's why I said Roy. Platonic, yeah, Platonic Roy. Oh, he's green. Why the hell did I? Whatever. I'm tired. Don't mind me, people, as Joe heads into Ascending Colon. And shoutouts to Hoonsby with the raid. Thank you very much. Welcome over.
It's kind of like a knife kill in CS, playing the Scissors 61. It's not a knife, it's scissors.
Sorry about earlier. Whatever.
I mean, I have scissors right next to me. There's a 6 and a 1 on my keyboard, so I'm kind of doing it right.
Joe with a little bit of flair. I mean, that's very like typical of Joe to do things like that. Let's see if he pays for it.
All right, Makarov coming up to Jejunum. We didn't mention this, but Jejunum can be a very scary place. We have seen people lose 30 seconds and lose a race by 2 seconds because of it. I won't name names.
Oh no. Leave me alone.
All right, Makarov is safe. Was his name Apache Smash? I think it was follow me on Twitter at Apache Smash. But no, I don't know. Maybe. It might have been Apache. I'm not sure. Tengu 1 for Joseph. He's going left to right, which you can avoid getting shot, which he did. Very clean Tengu 1. That's something I need to experiment with. Like, just veer from left to right. I've seen him not get shot at all multiple times.
Oh, he's playing more Codex. Give it a
Oh,
rest.
jeez, man.
That's so
Jesus.
funny because he probably would be on PV pace sans the silly stuff.
Oh, he's too far back. That's too far back.
Oh, I don't like this position.
I do not like this position. They're falling. Yeah, this is not good from Joe at all. He's way too far back.
Such huge variance in this room. You can lose and gain a lot of time here.
I do not like this where you like up then down. Like, I don't like that movement at all.
No, I saw Plywood doing that as well. I'm not a fan.
I hate it. Just get in position and you don't have to move. Just time your shots.
Yeah, there's a visual indicator for where to aim the stinger, and then also where to shoot the stingers based on where the guard targets are.
Yeah. Not a good Tengu too. It's still going to take a lot. That mistake by Makarov during KL really cost him, but Joe's still in good shape. Good shape to start 3-0. All right, Tengu 1 for Makarov.
It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake.
Ooh, doesn't shoot the guard, but he's struggling. Come on. Makarov, please. Just do the thing. There you go.
Yeah, that was a little bit spooky. But yeah, if Makarov just gets the second half of his game as good as his first half, he's gonna get a low 104. I mean,
maybe a 103. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all his like, he did some really good stuff in the second half as well, but he's had some mistakes. He's looked a bit shaky in places. He just needs to finish runs out, and he'll get a sick time. He's his own worst enemy for this stuff. He just resets too much, and I think we'll see. I mean, I'll put a bet on it now that Makarov will have a very nice time by the end of this this league.
Joe at raise. Safe, consistent raise from Joe. There's a slightly faster strat you can do, but it's very risky.
It's so hard as well. Like, I literally I can't get it, and I use the trainer to reset the fight, so I can do many attempts. I can't do it. I literally can't do it.
And
It's
Makarov
tough.
to his raise as well. So I think that the gap is roughly almost 2 minutes at this point, because this auto scroller speech is about 90 seconds. But still a very, very respectable run by Makarov, coming in as a dare I say, pretty heavy underdog. Played toe-to-toe with Joe for most of it. So,
Really unfortunate error at the KL.
Him I want the answers from.
And I'm getting word as a nice surprise for everyone that the next game between D-Limes and Mac McD will be commentated by me and the legendary Plywood.
oh, nice.
Please give the tweet a like and a share if you haven't already. I appreciate that. And yeah, follow MGS Runners on Twitter.
All right. Solidus for JoJo. Punch. Slash stab. Slightly faster. Rinse, repeat. Pretty clean phase one. Makarov with his raise. 1, 2. Looks to be pretty consistent. Everyday raise. Not too bad.
Simple fight, but as we've seen, people can make mistakes on it. Worst feeling in the world when you make a mistake on a raise on BE. Oh, unfortunate by Joe. He got the parry, but then missed the slash.
Ooh, unfortunate knockdown there. And that is time for Joe.
Do you remember this place?
So GG to Joe for sure. But like all races, we will go to the score screen in the IGT.
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
He was playing a little bit silly, but yeah, I think he definitely lost some time to having fun with it. That's down to the player what they want to do. But yeah, Joe 3-0. 3-0.
I did not see that coming.
No, you didn't have him pegged for that at all, but
No. This has an outside shot at 103. Like I would say this is probably like a 104.05, somewhere in that area. I think he played well enough to get that.
103.55.
Nah. This outside chance at a PB for Makarov too. The margin's close enough.
I'd really like to see it.
It would be great.
Good work, Jack. But this is where it gets interesting.
Good work, Jack, but this is where it gets interesting. GG for
That is
Makarov.
time for Makarov. Just a hair under 58 minutes on the RTA timer.
Do you remember this place?
Of course.
But yeah,
A
GG.
really
Joe.
enjoyable race. Really enjoyable race. Everything I love
remember now.
about this game and category.
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely hats off to Makarov for sticking with it and keeping it close. Keeping it close for most of it. So I think this has a decent chance at a PB.
I think I found something to pass.
Would be nice to see that.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah.
Should we see if
The genes
Joe
our
wants to
DNA is based on.
come say hello?
Too many things that
Sure.
get written into our DNA.
Joe's a talker. I'm sure he could talk all day long.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, passion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a Proposal?
This is for your ears only.
But yeah, hope you stick around, folks. We got one more race coming up. It'll be, like we said, Mac McD and myself, D Limes 13, with Apache and Mr. Papa Plywood on comms. And we have the winner of the race joining us, Mr. Joseph Joestar. GG's, dude. Welcome.
Hey, thank you.
So, how'd you feel about that run?
I think since the Harrier fight, I knew it wasn't going to PB. I fired that
Mhm.
fifth shot way too fast. Um,
Yeah.
but overall, it was fairly consistent. Just kind of played it, the same way as I tried to. And then towards the end, I just started goofing off. I mean, I kind of knew it was, it was far enough away where I could just be like, yeah, I'll just kind of mess with Colonel a little bit. But
Yeah, we saw your codex and D mic and stuff like that. We know what you're up to. So
yeah, I mean, you got to have fun in these races sometimes, but I felt really bad for Mac. I assume they slipped in the water on the way to Shell 2 just from looking at chat. I
yeah,
wasn't really
yep.
looking at the race too much other than maybe early tanker, guard rush, just to kind of see where he was at. And yeah, it looked like he fell in the water trying to cartwheel, which I felt really bad for him because he was still on my heels, even with what was a bad fight for me, but a really good fight for him.
Yeah, he had a perfect 5+1 Harrier. He had an M9 Fat Man, which helped as well. But yeah, he just that last cartwheel before you enter Shell 2, that's where he fell. And
Yeah.
he nearly did it again. So it was very spooky the second time he did it. But
Yeah, it's hugging the south rail rather than you need to be north. I feel like if you're north there, you can never mess it up, or in the middle, but south is bad.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
mean, you just don't want to be on an angle either, because that's how I fall in. If I start from you know, the ledge side, the north side of the bridge, and then cartwheel in an angle, you won't make it.
Yeah, I
But
mean the game tries to like help you along and push you onto the other side, because like you're supposed to be able to cartwheel across that, but
yeah, but just kind of looking at his run, I think it felt like, and maybe you guys see this too, where it was like, I mean, things happen in the race, and you kind of, you're your own worst critic, and it kind of seems to influence all your other things and tactics ahead, and it's rough. I've been in that position, and it's not easy to come back when you've made a big mistake in a race. But I still say GG's to him. I think if he didn't fall in the water, it still would have been a fairly tight race, even with, somewhat of a lead that I had.
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
His confidence was definitely building as the race was going on. He was getting more and more comfortable, and then he just made that unfortunate mistake. So
Yeah. Yeah, but actually I saved 3 seconds on Fortune, which was really odd. I don't know how I did it. It was like a 2.9 gold split.
time saves a time
I
save.
think you
Yeah.
had the extra dialogue in your PB.
Yeah, I think that was it. I didn't get it this time. I don't know how, but
You just got to be
uh
on the right. If you approach her at all, if you try and move left before the elevator or approach Fortune, she does the extra voice line.
but it was yeah, my Fatman fight was really bad. I don't know what happened. I fired too early, got up, and then thankfully he skated down instead of away, kept it close to the last bomb, but I was like, oh god, why Fatman, dude? Why? You're just a simple fight.
Yeah, I'm just happy. Like it was such a good race, and 'cause it had so many great moments. I really enjoyed casting this one.
Oh yeah, and then I freaking called it like when I went into Ames. I was like, dude, it's gotta be Northwest again, and sure enough, it was.
Every aim so far has been bad today. There's been four worst possible aims.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So thanks for the God aims. Good luck for me. Appreciate it.
I mean, the only time I haven't gotten a bad Ames was, the last race I had against Mac McD, which you're going to be up against soon, D Limes. So I definitely look forward to watching that.
yeah, that's going to be a grand old race, which will be next up once we've seen the IGT screens, and we're going to be joined by. I'm going to be joined by Plywood on commentary for that. So
Ooh, Papa
forward to it.
Plywood.
Oh yeah, be good stuff for sure.
The Plywood's made the executive decision by that whoever has a bye week has to do commentary. He didn't phrase it like that. I'm just putting it like that.
I thought it was gonna be something where it's like if you've disputed the RC Cola thing against his favor, you have to do commentary.
Oh my lord.
The controversy of RC Cola being an off-brand soda, classic.
I could go for an RC cola right now. I think it's very on brand personally, but each to their own.
Yeah, I mean, I could just agree to disagree, but I'm just a participant.
All right, we are coming up on the IGT for Mr. Joseph Joestar.
Don't forget to mash.
Oh, you know it.
Or is that mid-set coaching?
Another 103.
Wow.
56.
What did I say? 55, I said.
This has
50.
to be a PB for Makarov then. This has to be.
Surely.
I
At
mean,
least you
like I
said
said in
103,
the
55 people.
like I said in the chat, I wasn't gonna reveal the IGT, but it just I knew going forward that Harrier fight wasn't gonna PB for me. There just wasn't really enough in there to turn
No,
it
yeah.
around. But I'm kind
Yeah.
of surprised it still stayed like sub 104, honestly.
I've always said, like in this game, once you break a minute barrier, you find it very difficult to not get that minute barrier every time. Just something like clicks for you. So yeah, who's
But
going to be the first person to get a 102 out of me and you, Joe? We feel like it's me and you are next in line for it, right? Mac as well. My bad. Mac's really close as well. Mac's even closer than us, but
yeah, I mean
Ma-
Mac, I mean, and of course if we're talking Mac McD because we got two Macs.
yeah. So my bad.
Racing today.
Mac McD. Yeah, Mac McD.
Yeah, Mac McD is definitely not one to be underestimated. I tell people this, before I raced him last week. It's like, the guy knows what he's doing. If he puts his focus into it, he could definitely get really great times. And that race I had against him was nothing short of, pure terror of just back and forth, and
Yeah.
just, he'll definitely bring his A game. But I would still say to Makarov, I mean, I don't think they're in the Discord, but I would still encourage them to keep racing. They definitely have the potential to get up there. And
Speaking of
sometimes when
Makarov,
Huge PB for Makarov.
105.45.
Huge PB for Makarov.
Huge PB. Very, very good.
round of applause for Makarov.
Very good stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
even
so
more
good.
reason to just to kind of tell him, yeah, just keep racing, dude. I mean, you can definitely get up there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great to witness. I'm very happy for Makarov. Even with that mistake, a really, really fine time. So
Definitely.
And yeah, that'll be an easy verification for that one when it submits it to the board. We're going to take a little intermission and get everyone ready for our final race of the day. D-Limes 13 versus Mac McD. GG Joe, GG Makarov, really, really good race. And we'll see you all on the stream in a few minutes. Thanks everyone.
see you in a few.